Nope, not a spaceship. I'm outside Mobile, Alabama at the site of what was supposed to be a massive recreation complex, but instead became the coolest abandoned building at the mouth of Mobile Bay. Let's take a look at the short-lived glory of Pineda Island Resort. Pineda Island is a small sediment island at the mouth of Mobile Bay along the old causeway between downtown Mobile and the semi-posh suburb of Spanish Fort. Before the completion of I-10 in 1978, this was the primary route east and west across the bay. The causeway, as they call it locally, is and was lined with restaurants and fishing piers, and was apparently quite hopping in 1950. This may not be where you'd expect to see an eccentric piece of experimental modern architecture, but thanks to the ambitions of 150's developer, that is just what you will find. George Wilkinson was a New Yorker who had relocated to Mobile and already had several developments under his belt when he set his sights on Pineda Island. The idea for the resort was this: build a destination recreation complex with a dance hall, marinas, sport courts, and most significantly, an Olympic-sized swimming pool ringed by an open-cast concrete pavilion. I'm focusing on the resort here, but Wilkinson's development plan encompassed the whole island. He intended to have 3,000 all-waterfront home sites on dredged inlets and lagoons with clusters, businesses, and civic buildings. To lay out and design a unique modern recreation complex, Wilkinson hired now legendary architect Bertrand Goldberg, who would later go on to design the famous Marina Towers in Chicago. Construction on the island started in 1955 with the resort lagging a few years behind, finally opening in 1960.
But there was trouble in paradise.
Enthusiasm for the home sites was lackluster from the get-go, and only 2 residential streets were ever completed. At this time, there was little population on the east shore of the bay, and the island is a full 7 miles away from downtown Mobile, and even further from the residential areas. Without thousands of local residents to patronize the pool and the other attractions in the recreation complex not being built, Pineda Island Resort suffered from the get-go, and after just 1 year of operation, it was shuttered forever. The resort and undeveloped land on the island was sold off in the following years. The pool lot itself changed hands a couple of times before finding life as, of all things, a construction workyard. And I can't even be mad at them for this. The structure is perfect for it. High bays, resistant to the air, and as long as you can avoid driving into the pool, it makes perfect sense. The 2 streets of waterfront lots that were parceled remain, as does the Pineda Island sign welcoming people to the development. The rest of the island is now a state park and the state's Five Rivers Delta Center. The Pineda Island story is a classic tale of ambition that didn't meet reality. Maybe if it had been 20 years later, or a few miles west, things would be different. But I have to thank Wilkinson and Goldberg for creating a really cool roadside memento and a tribute to a dream unfulfilled. If anyone has any personal stories or photos from Pineda Island, especially when it was open, please throw a comment below. And as always,
thanks for joining me. Subscribe to the channel and come with me on the next adventure.